All right, I want to thank you for being here this afternoon. My name is Greg Bradshaw. I am the current chairman of the Chamber of Board here in Stillwater, and I am filling in today for Lisa Navarcall, our CEO and president, who had to be out of town, unfortunately, on business today. I would also like to introduce City of Stillwater's Mayor, John Bartley, and Mr. Robert Armentano with Total Energy. In 2010, the City of Stillwater was notified that Quad Graphics was consolidating their interest here in Stillwater to facilities in Oklahoma City, thus moving equipment and employees from the Stillwater Quad Graphics facility to their facility in Oklahoma City. Today we have closed on the purchase of Total Energy, purchasing the former Quad Graphics facility, and we are pleased to have them here in Stillwater. We want to welcome them and the 200 jobs that will be generated by the sale of this property and the incoming production that they will be doing. This will generate $9 million in annual payroll and have an economic impact to the Stillwater community of over $42 million annually. Here to introduce Total Energy is Mr. Robert Armentano.
And this is for? Well, I'm not sure where to start. I didn't even know I was speaking, to tell you the truth. I thought you guys were reading the press release, but am I supposed to read the press release or just tell you a little bit about Total Energy? And
go ahead and tell us about it.
Well, I think I'll tell you first about where we're going and not so much where we came from. But Total Energy is 20 years old, and I founded the company in New York, in the basement of my house, but we're not going to go back that far. And we employ about a little over 100 people now, of revenues of close to over 50 million, and are on a very aggressive, fast-track pace to get to 100 million in the next 3 to 4 years. What we have, first, before I even talk about Total Energy, I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce, and especially Josh McKim, because I will say this, if it wasn't for him, we would be in Tulsa right now. And that's the truth. And I'll tell a little bit about that story and why, because we were in contract to purchase Mercury Marine. Lawrence, that's how I met this guy right here. I'll talk nice things about him soon, but not yet. Lawrence, is that more than 2 years ago?
It is now.
It's more than 2 years ago. And I expected that we were going to close on that deal. And long story short, it was killed for environmental. We just couldn't come to in terms environmentally. And so then I started looking in Tulsa after that deal fell apart. And get a call from Josh McKim telling me about this Quad Graphics building, and we were looking at some other buildings in Tulsa. And I think, Josh, correct me if I'm wrong, you called on a Thursday. I was there on a Saturday or Friday or Wednesday. It was 2 days later. And the rest is now we've closed. And I think this took almost 9 months, something like that. So anyway, I wanted to thank the right people. And Lisa and Josh and the rest of the chamber is fantastic. So your tax dollars are being used wisely. All right, now, what else can I tell you about Total Energy? So we have a business here. Total Energy's main business is out of New York, but we don't really do much in New York except for we buy plants. Our major source of revenues comes from the sale of components from acquiring plants all over the nation. And in Canada, we buy utility plants, refinery assets, peak shaving, chemical, petrochemical, break them into pieces, and sell off the components. From that, we got into fabrication at Blackwell, Oklahoma, where we are leasing 2 facilities, one 30,000 from the city of Blackwell, who, by the way, really wanted Total Energy to stay there, but I was wooed by Stillwater much more, and I like the place better, I must say. So, but then we have also another 80,000 square foot. So we have 110,000 square feet that we're leasing over there. And we're producing fabric vessels. You could see some of this equipment that we build, new, used, retrofit. And we have some really exciting initiatives that we want to do out of Stillwater. And business is good. I mean, we're connected to oil and gas. And as you guys know, being from Oklahoma, a great oil and gas state, we're in boom times right now. It's very, very good times. But the flip side is total energy is only 52% connected to energy. So consequently, we actually have counter-cyclical industries that when energy's down, fertilizer production, ammonia's up. We're connected to the agribusiness, very strong, and a bunch of other businesses, refining. A lot of people think that refineries do well when prices are high. It's the opposite. When crude prices are low, they do better. So we have a lot of different segments, a lot of different markets that we service, and that has been one of our strengths. And right now, all pistons are firing, we'll say. Everything's good. And we are in the trucking heavy haul business, which is in Diboll, Texas. And that's some of this stuff right here. That tank that you see, that came from Chevron. We had 7 of those. You see the one in the middle under the transportation? 170 feet long, 14-foot diameter, 342,000 pounds. So that business is, we're buying lots of equipment. We are going to open, by the end of the year, we're going to hire 3 drivers to start from here, and 3 tractors, brand new, coming in, and we're going to have a little satellite operation here that will have some good room for growth. So we're expecting to make a lot of good products, and we're also going to be opening a division that does not exist today, and that is engineering and construction. So I'd like to personally, and me and Lawrence have been talking about this, as partnering with OSU, which I don't know if they even know this because we haven't told them yet, except for the press release that came out, that I have some innovative ideas that would involve an educational curriculum in the college, hands-on experience right at our facility, and we're going to start talking about it. Josh, did you set that meeting up, or? So Friday we're going to talk about it for the first time. So, but that I think is very exciting because 1, we're going to help the university. 2, we're going to help Total Energy because we're going to have access to the best and brightest engineers, hopefully, that can come out of that university that we're going to be able to hire. And by 2014, we are going to start an engineering and construction division. So we'll be installing this equipment throughout the United States and Canada and doing turnkey engineering and construction services. So the largest division of Total Energy does not exist today. That is a big part of the future, and that will be right here in Stillwater. So what else can I tell you? Well, I was going to introduce a new name, but we had to withdraw it. I couldn't get a trademark on it. We're going to be making giant vessels. And when I say giant vessels, almost twice the size of those in that picture, okay? And no one in this country is doing it. I don't even know if anyone in the world's doing it. But these would be bullets that diameter, a little bigger, built in 3 sections. One of the fellows was talking about wind energy before. Who was that? From this guy, okay. And the same equipment that's used for the wind energy, for transporting the bases, they're very large diameter, it's called a schnabel. We're going to build them in 3 sections, a pressure vessel in 3 sections here in Stillwater. This is on the drawing board, so it's 99%, it's not 100. and then assemble them, deliver them with these big schnabels, which holds the vessel 6 inches off the ground. And these will be the sections will be 80, 90 feet long. And then they'll be assembled in the field, and there'll be large capacity natural gas, liquid, carbon dioxide, pressurized ASME storage, shop built, field erected. To our knowledge, no one in North America we know is doing it. And we believe there's a huge market for it, and this we hope to launch certainly by, I'm going to say, by May of 2013. So hopefully before, but conservatively we should be able to do it by then. So what else can I say? Besides, Lawrence has been a great asset. He's been instrumental. He came from Mercury Marine for a long time, as you guys know. I think he was. I seen his picture in the paper for when they closed the Mercury Marine facility. But he's been a great right-hand man to me, and helping with a transition, with hiring, construction. We have a big construction effort. I guess that will start officially on tomorrow. And we have a lot of equipment to procure and a bunch of people to hire on the management side, and then to move the most of the people from Blackwell will move here. So I think that's most of my story, but be happy to answer any questions. Did I leave anything out, Lawrence?
Not anything you know.
Okay, by the way, you probably wonder where I was born. So I was born in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Because, yes, you can tell by my accent, I'm sure. I do say that and don't ever get away with it for some reason. I don't know why. So, anyway, who's got a question? Okay, we're done. Is this the mayor? I haven't met you.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Wonderful.
Am I going to get one of these Stillwater pins, by the way? I like them already. Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
John, I apologize. I should have already done that.
You mean steal his pen? Okay. Then I mean? Thank you.
Yes,
Nice
sir.
to meet you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Do you want to say a few words, please? Go ahead.
Thank
Then,
you. Thank you.
And then I'll answer any questions.
What a great time to be in Stillwater. This is just wonderful. On behalf of the citizens of Stillwater, I'm so excited to be a part of this wonderful announcement and to be part of welcoming Total Energy to Stillwater.
Thank you.
We're at the beginning of a very exciting and magical time here in Stillwater, and the additions of companies like Total Energy are a great example of that. Growth in Stillwater has always been fueled by innovation and hard work, and these are qualities that Total Energy also has, which is what's going to make Total Energy such a great fit. I believe that Total Energy investing in our community is a great showing of faith in Stillwater, and I know that will be faith well placed. We're the right place for companies to grow, and we're the right place for workers to want to work. And maybe most importantly, we're the right place for people to want to live and raise their families. The announcements we've made and the employment opportunities that are coming are just the start. As a community, we've got so many ideas and so many irons in the fire to make Stillwater even better. We've got some new ideas and we've got some twists on some old plans. But the end result is that we're going to be able to be moving Stillwater forward. This is our Stillwater, and this is who we are. So, Mr. Armentano, on behalf of Stillwater, I want to welcome you and Total Energy to our community.
Thank you. And thank you for the pen. Okay. That was very nice. Thank you. Very appreciate it. The people, by the way, I'm not going to tell my little old lady story. Lawrence is going to stop me.
Thank you.
But I am going to say this. I fell in love with Stillwater. I'm not telling you the little old lady story. We'll tell that another day. But when this is 2 years ago when I first came to Mercury Marine, but I was so impressed with the community spirit here. And it goes with, I didn't even know the university was here. I wasn't a big college football fan. I am now. I guess I have to tell the story, Lawrence.
Sure. Go ahead.
Can I tell the story?
I'll
All right. This is not made up. This is the truth. So first time I came to Stillwater, I have traveled with Total Energy extensively throughout the United States. So I've been everywhere, including Oklahoma many times, but Tulsa, not. I've never been to Stillwater. I've been to other places in Oklahoma. And so I came to look at this Mercury Marine building, and I went to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning somewhere on Perkins Road, at total something. And this is 5:30 in the morning. Never been to Stillwater. There's some, I call them the little old ladies. They wouldn't recognize me. I wouldn't recognize them today. But they had orange on it. A bunch of people have orange on it. It was like a Friday, and I have no idea what this orange is symbolizing at this point. So I engaged one of them in a conversation, asking him, hey, miss, what is this orange all about? And she went on to tell me. And by the way, these were the youngest, probably 80-year-old women I've ever met in my life. They were dynamite. I mean, forget about it. You would think they were 60, maybe 50, and they were like 80. And fantastic people. But the way they talked about Stillwater, I got to tell you, it was touching. And I mean, it was sincere. It was real. They loved the community, and they've been here. They lived here for 70-plus years. And it was so great. They were talking about the football team and about how the whole community comes out. And so when we started looking at Mercury Marine, and I couldn't tell them why I was here because we were under a confidentiality agreement. But then that always stuck in my mind. Even when we were looking at buildings in Tulsa, it stuck in my mind. And then when Josh made that call, I said, we're destined to be in Stillwater. And that's a true story. There's no embellishment. I just don't have names of the old ladies, just so you know. So other than that, it's people here in this community. You have a great community. And I'm not moving here because I don't live in New York. I live in Charleston, South Carolina, by the way. So, but if I wasn't in love with Charleston, I would be thinking about living here in Stillwater. So,
Right, I'm taking bets on that.
Listen, I might get a house here. Now I do actually have 3 of my 5 children here with me, which we got up at 2:30 your time to get here, and they all have their OSU shirts on. One is 3, Samantha. The other one's 5, Anthony, and Nicholas is 8 and almost 9. And they were so excited for the last few weeks because we combined this with Fan Appreciation Day on Saturday. My wife had to go visit her mom, so I said, "Oh no, take all 3." She didn't want me to take the other one, the little one. And anyway, they were all dressed up with their orange and having a great time already. I got them in the daycare center.
Been to Joe's already.
Been to Eskimo Joe's. We just came from there, and so I guess they're officially part of the community too. What else can I tell you? Thank you. And that's what it's all about, family. And I see that this community is like a family, and that means a lot. And we're looking forward to really growing the business. I can tell you that there's a vision here that is driving me, that's way beyond money. I can assure you of that. That is to build a world-class company that I can be proud of, you can be proud of, and that everybody can be proud of. And this is the stepping stone to really go to the next level. And I consider this move critical to the next phase of Total Energy. And whether Total Energy goes public in 3 to 5 years or something else happens, I don't know. But we have received a lot of attention from a lot of companies, private equity, and all those are being put to the side because we got to build the foundation here in Stillwater. And I expect that I put that in when we talked about the press release. I said we expect to locate our corporate office here. I didn't say it was 100%, but I'd say it's in the 90s. So that's what we're looking to do. We'll still have an office in New York, an office in Texas, and probably within the next few years we'll be acquiring other companies in the West and Canada and a few other places. But I expect that this will be Total Energy's main office in the next 18 months. So I'm done. Any questions?
Can you talk a little more about your timeline of when you anticipate kind of production starting?
Okay, sure.
Can I take notes?
Yeah.
Well, I think realistically, even though we wanted to move February 1st and be up and running, that could slip, not because of the construction. We're confident we could finish the construction within probably 5 months. We have done already, just so you know, before closing, we spent $200,000 between engineering, environmental. We already spent a lot of money knowing that this was going to close and wanted to get ahead. So we're a little ahead, but that period of construction, probably 4 or 5 months. But equipment and cranes and how we're laying this whole plan out, this production facility, which is, there's other things going to happen there at this facility, but this first part of it is critical, and we want to do it right. So we have consultants that we need to hire. We're looking at putting state-of-the-art equipment in, robotics, all types of material handling equipment that will create high efficiency, and also put us in a position to be able to crank it out, we'll say, to be very productive and to significantly increase, production, sales, and everything that goes with it. Because Total Energy is vertically integrated, so if we make something here in Stillwater, we're getting the trucking business, or that's 100%. And then we're looking to take it a step further to get the engineering construction, and then from there get into gas plants and a bunch of other stuff. So I guess to answer your question, probably, let's just say by April 1st, we'll be up and running. Now, maybe it's going to be February 1st, maybe it's going to be June 1st, but certainly within a year, we'll be up and running. Okay. Any more questions? Yes, sir.
What sort of manpower mix do you envision? In other words, what fraction of them will be people that will go to Meridian Technology, and what fraction will be engineering graduates? So
Good question.
The employee mix that you're looking at.
I'm not going to break down a percentage, but we do need a lot of welders, for sure. That is probably the number one group of people that we need. We do need management, and we're going to be looking to hire engineers in 2014. Now, we're hiring an engineer soon, hopefully in the next month, but that's just to help us with doing some of this other stuff with the construction. So it's going to be different, to answer your question, for the first year versus year 2 and 3. So that mix can change dramatically, where maybe we're hiring 20 or 30 engineers in 2014. Unknown at this time. But the main type of employees that we'll be hiring will be welders, fitters, people working in the field, drivers, and some management. Probably 5 to 6 management positions here in Stillwater in the next, well, certainly between by startup, I would say. By startup, because some we're going to hire before. Probably 6, Lawrence, help me with this. 6 to 9 management positions here in Stillwater in the next year. Probably, hopefully, before we start production. So, does that answer most of the question? Okay, thank you. So Meridian is the technical agency. I think we're meeting with them. I hear good things about them, right, Lawrence?
You bet.
I keep deferring to Lawrence, as you know, and rightfully so. He's been here for how long, Lawrence?
Forever. Only 36 years.
Only 36 years, so anyway. Okay, what else we have?
No more questions. We'll
Okay,
give a closing statement.
thank you, sir.
Again,
Excuse me, by the way, that was my first press conference.
And to close, on behalf of the Stillwater Chamber of Commerce, the City of Stillwater, the Stillwater community, we do want to thank you for investing in our community.
Thank you.
We have had a great month. 2 years ago, we were looking at over 1 million square feet of vacant manufacturing space. We now have all that space 100% filled with more prospects on the horizon. Total growth of over 700 jobs over the next few years. And in closing, stay tuned. There's more to come in the next few months. Thank you for coming today and appreciate you being here. Thank you.